All right, guys, some interesting news dropped today from Woj about some rule changes that are coming to the NBA. And what I want to talk to you a little bit about today is why they're going to be a good thing. This is the NBA actively looking to improve its product. So if you saw today, Woj released some tweets describing some things that were voted on unanimously by the league. Some rules that will just make the game a little bit easier to watch and a little bit to protect the players. Basically, three rules that are happening. One is the 24-second shot clock is now on an offensive rebound. It only gets reset to 14 seconds instead of the full 24. What that's going to do is the NBA hopes that they are going to increase shot attempts at the end of games. At least that's what Woj is saying in his article. It makes a little bit of sense because if you reset the clock at 24 seconds, during the flow of the game, it doesn't really change a lot. But at the end of games, what happens is if it's a close game and the winning team gets an offensive rebound, they're going to just try to dribble that clock more. And when you take away those 10 seconds, that means 10 less seconds of dead time at the end of games. And we know that the NBA is constantly trying to figure out how to improve that with their product to make the end of games better. Personally, I don't mind that much the timeouts and the fouls and intentional fouling to try to get back in the game and stuff like that, I think is good. But I actually like this rule because it will improve the flow and it actually gives the team that's behind just a little bit more of a shot at having a come from behind victory. Maybe, it might not affect the league all that much, but maybe one or two games out of the 82 times 30 NBA teams in the league, maybe it makes one or two more exciting games. And if that's the case, it's completely worth it. So I'm actually behind that rule. The other rule is to make clear simplifying the clear path foul. We'll talk about that in a second, but also just expanding the definition of a hostile act. So it's something to improve. My guess is it's just to make it a little easier to protect players. It sounds like it makes it easier or more clear for NBA referees when to go to replay for a hostile act, which is defined by the NBA as any sort of foul that's not kind of an intentional basketball play or trying to block the ball or something like that. Something that's so obviously trying to hurt the other player and to what degree. So that's what that is. I don't really know if there's really more we need to talk about that. We'll probably learn more as the NBA goes along. The one that's really interesting too is the clear path foul. They're updating the rules on the clear path foul. This is an interesting rule change that really was started about by Quinn Snyder on the Utah Jazz. Quinn Snyder, when he came to the Utah Jazz, came from Europe and he brought with him the Euro foul, and it changed the NBA. The Utah Jazz started fouling players in Quinn Snyder's first season, started fouling players immediately on a turnover to avoid a fast break. So, you turn the ball over in the backcourt, the other team gets it, make sure you're in front of them and you foul them. And that way they don't get a transition bucket, which is the easiest bucket in the NBA. There are teams that base their entire game on, at least a good portion of their offense on transition buckets. Russell Westbrook is the transition king of the NBA. And by doing this, the NBA is trying to get rid of the Euro foul. That's basically what the NBA did today. They got rid of the Euro foul. So what it says is a personal foul is committed on any offensive player during his team's transition scoring opportunity. So, and it also says the defensive foul deprives the offensive, defining what a clear path foul, at least part of it, is that the defensive foul deprives the offensive team of a transition scoring opportunity. And it also kind of defines what was currently a clear path foul where there's no defender in front of the player. So basically it adds on those two new things. Personal foul committed on any offensive player during his team's transition scoring opportunity. It looks like they kind of defined where that play starts. And basically any foul that tries to stop transition. And this is actually a good thing. You'll see good defenses have to go back to the old school stopping transition defense, but that's good because what this is going to do, create more dunks, create more transition. Last season was about as bad as it could be with the Euro foul. You saw a lot of teams fouling before all the other teams picked up on it. They said, hey, this is an easy way to play defense. Stop the transition before it happens. Just commit the foul. And now the NBA's gotten rid of it. So you're going to have to go back to create the effing wall according to Stan Van Gundy. That's what the NBA is going back to. It's good for basketball. It's going to look better, be better. It's going to be a better product, more fun to watch, more dunks in transition. That's what the NBA wants. They want a fun product because in the end, this is all entertainment. Anyways, hopefully I explained that well to you, what the rule change is and some of the advantages. Are there other ways this might affect the game? It seems like this really will affect end game situations in interesting ways. What do you guys think? Was it a good idea? Bad idea? Let me know in the comments. Also, subscribe to the channel. Like and subscribe. We're here for you. Hoops Nerd NBA Show. I will talk to you later.